Welcome to Manazone HD Sportsnet, presented by the JMU Alumni Association. We're joined by women's soccer head coach Dave Lombardo for yet another coach's show. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So we had another weekend with two games.
Yep.
We won 1-0 on another Ashley Herndon game winner against Richmond on Friday.
Yep.
And then we had a 1-0 loss to Marshall on the road yesterday. Talk a little bit about those games.
Sure. Richmond, as I said last week, as a pregame to the Richmond game, it has been always a very tough battle. We've been playing Richmond, I think, since 1994 or 5 every year, and all the games, for the most part, have pretty much been decided by one goal. They came out in the first half and really pinned us in. We did not respond well to their pressure. They were just kind of all over us and didn't allow us to do anything that we wanted to do offensively. Challenged the team at halftime to play harder, which is a decision. It's not about ability, it's a decision. But also we changed system of play a little bit. We added an extra midfielder, and so we created kind of a 4 versus 3 in their midfield, and we were very successful at finding the extra player and being able to break the pressure a little bit better, and we got some better chances in the final third. I think we created something like 7 corner kicks that half, so we had a lot more possession in the final third of the field. And sometimes the soccer gods are with you, and sometimes they're not. I mean, we got a late corner, and I had just said to my assistant coach Scott, we don't need to be going into overtime on this game, because we were heading to Marshall for the weekend, and we get a corner kick, and Kelly Kerrigan knocks one into the center of the goal. Haley Stein kind of one-touches it forward, and Ashley just kind of flicks it in. That could have been over the goal, or as luck would have it, it came into the goal. But sometimes when you work hard enough, you make your own luck, and we were certainly happy with that result. Marshall, tough game. They're riding high. I think they have set a program record.
7-1-1.
Yeah, they're 7-1-1. They're well coached. They're a good, solid team. We had our chances. I think it was 15-14 on shots and pretty even on corner kicks. So it was a game that was going to be very close. They got in the first 15 minutes a very fast player out on the flank for them. Sydney Arnold got through, scored a nice goal. But we had multiple chances, particularly in the second half, that we just our execution failed us in the final third. And this is Division I. If you don't bring all of your ingredients, you can't get by just by showing up. And we didn't do as well with that as I hoped we would.
Yeah, you did play some quality teams in the non-conference schedule. You made it 6-4 through that, so you had a winning record.
Yep.
But now starts the conference schedule. What is sort of the difference both off the field mentally and on the field when you play conference opponents?
Well, we talked with the team preseason that basically what you hope you get out of the fall schedule is that you get 3 seasons. You get your non-conference schedule, then you get your conference schedule, then hopefully you get a playoff schedule. And so I think their mentality is they stood up pretty well to the challenges that we had non-conference. We had arguably probably one of our tougher schedules, and a lot of those teams were having some career years right now. So we were hoping to get through that, no worse than 7-3. We missed it by 1. But now the mentality is conference is a whole different mindset. You need to qualify for the conference tournament, so you have to finish in the top 6, and our ambition is to finish in the top 2. Our ultimate ambition is to win it outright, so we'd be giving the host opportunity here in early November. So, but you want to finish in the top 6, and so every weekend you're trying to get 3 points for each win, so you're trying to get 6 points on most of the weekends and put yourself in a position that you get a chance, A, to play, and then B, certainly to host that tournament. So I think that the team's ready to kind of reboot a little bit and look at this as a second season to give themselves a chance to play for postseason play.
Yeah, and that first conference opponent will be the Towson Tigers Friday night.
Yeah.
Talk about them.
Yeah, Greg Painter is a former assistant of mine. He was here for 8 years, 8 seasons. So he's right now, they're one of the teams that we're talking about that's having a career year. They're 6-2-2, I believe. That's the best start that they've ever had. So I think it'll be certainly a very competitive game. We beat them last year 4-2 up at their place. They've been showing a prowess to score goals. So I know that they'll be ready. I know that they'll be competitive. They've never beaten JMU, and I know that's a driving motivation on their part, and I hope that will be a driving motivation on our part to make sure that that doesn't change.
Yeah, and this will be the first weekend, I believe, that you guys have a Friday game, but you don't have a Sunday game.
Correct.
So it gives you a little bit more rest in between. Does that change anything going into Towson or following Towson?
Not going into Towson. It will, following Towson, depending on the outcome of the game, we'd like to be able to rest some people, and physical rest and mental rest is very important to be able to go through this grind of a 20-plus game season. So we're hoping that we'll be able to do that. If we can put together a very positive result on Friday night, then we're hoping to get a little extra time.
Great. Well, thank you very much for talking to us today, and good luck on Friday.
All right. Thanks, Nate.